see, then I will have the prince hide away.
Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today we have Manda in hiding. Hello. Godless Sewing.
Good morning.
Auntie Dave.
Oh, I guess that'd be me.
You should remember what name you put. Godless Scummer.
Ahoy.
And Julie LaVoice.
Hi, y'all.
It's Thursday. We survived. Oh, also, apparently it's Thanksgiving. Whatever the hell that is. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's a day when we pretend we didn't commit genocide.
Yeah, happy genocide day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't have to go see my family because of an evil, lethal virus. But I don't have to see my... It's kind of...
Thanksgiving is the beginning of the American hedonistic season.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We eat like pigs
yeah.
for a day. We go spend way too much money for the next day. Then we wait a month and we do it all over again. And we wait a week and get drunk off our ass.
Oh, that's not what I was imagining when you said American hedonism.
I'd add a few steps to that.
It's very puritanical hedonism. It's just mainly gluttony and drunkenness.
Unless we're not even.
Well, unless you're. Yeah, fair.
Right. Is anyone actually doing Thanksgiving here?
I am.
You are?
I'm cooking. Because I want to pass out early. It's just gonna be my son and I. But
Oh, that's sweet though.
yeah, I feel like just making a giant mess in the kitchen. It's it's good bonding. It's good hanging out, teaching them how to make mashed potatoes and stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. That is one thing I'm gonna miss. My mom makes the creamiest, most delicious mashed potatoes you've ever had, because she puts way too much butter and salt and all the bad stuff in there, and it's delicious. And I am sad about that.
Well, I'm a single dad, so it's all gonna be acquired taste. But
there you go.
I still got to go to the store and refresh my supply of turkey bacon.
Oh God, I went to the store yesterday. It was horrible. There were so many people in there because we don't have maximums in my state on how many people can be in a business at once. Like some businesses have set their own, but the grocery store doesn't. And we were just ducking in for some wine, and it was like, oh my God, we're gonna die. Like everyone was wearing masks, but it was just too many people.
Oh, we have bouncers. It's quite lovely. And you walk through the grocery store, it's nice and quiet.
Oh, I want to live in a sensible state.
I wouldn't say sensible.
Come on up here, Julie.
Overpriced.
Yeah, we're making faux Mexican food tonight. I'm making enchiladas.
Turkey enchiladas?
No, chicken. That's Junk Shop's favorite, and that's what we have. And there's no way I'm going back to that store because yesterday was terrifying.
I want to make pumpkin pie fritters.
I don't understand pumpkin pie.
It's an acquired taste. I didn't like it until I was in my 30s.
I loved it as a kid. I love it now.
And that's not an innuendo.
Well, now it kind of is.
That's the whole point.
Innuendo, not the other.
Right. Shall we have some questions?
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe.
Right. Question 1309. On a day held in your honour, what would people have to do? Julie.
Thank you. They would have to drink wine, listen to awesome music, and tell funny stories about me. That's basically what I want my funeral to be. That's pretty much it. Oh, and whiskey is fine as well. Get the good scotch, though. You have to get the good scotch.
That's a requirement for the day.
Yeah, that's the requirement.
Amanda.
Lower your carbon footprint for the day. Recycle, walk.
That works. Godless?
All right. So first off, everybody would have to be wearing togas. So clothes off. First off, if it's International Godless Sewing Day, you have to have your clothes off. And I would have giant 55-gallon vats of whatever you feel like drinking. And so basically, it would be a giant orgy for as long as people could stand it.
Nice.
Roman style, of course.
May I suggest free condoms? Free condoms?
Sure. It's a modern era. Sure. Lower your carbon footprint, too.
Yes. And hence the togas, We're not...
If it was my day, there would be swings. I can't even say half the stuff. It would be fun. It would be enjoy yourself there. And, you could get all the shy people together so they could spend an hour just being shy with their togas. It would be fun. It would be great.
I was in the Latin club in high school, and once a year, it was the biggest club in school. And not because Latin was so popular, but because once a year we would have a toga day. And everybody would wear togas, and then we went out to this really fancy restaurant in the evening.
Nice.
In our togas. And
that's awesome.
Practice Roman debauchery.
Practice Roman debauchery.
The French club used to go to New Orleans every year. But I didn't join, so I didn't get to do it. But this was back when the drinking age in Louisiana was 16. So you had all these.
16?
Yeah, 16. So you had all these. Or no, 18. I'm sorry, it was 18.
Oh, okay.
It was 18. Pardon me. My brain. Anyway, but we so you had all these like high school seniors in the 90s coming down from Tennessee and just getting plowed on Bourbon Street with two chaperones.
I was a senior in high school the year alcohol became legal for 18. And it was amazing. It was literally an overnight difference.
I bet.
One day everybody was sober, and the next day every senior was.
Entire town gets pissed. Spooky says nap. Sarcastic barman says drink a pint in 1 minute. I feel the barman would say that. You keep trying until you manage it in a minute. James Henry says give everyone a hug. Yandere says dress all in goth. Never Again says sing me happy birthday on Critical Question Show. Wait, we did that. Lol, let me think of another. Lone Wanderer says they would have to reenact the Beowulf poem.
Oh, that's a good one.
Awesome.
How many people, though? How many people? Like, everyone?
I volunteer. I don't care.
You'll do that anyway.
Different troops all over the world speaking in Old English. That'd be fantastic.
I call dibs on Grendel.
Oh, nice.
Badger says a day held in my honour would involve everyone staying at home and not talking to me. They can also optionally watch, play, or read Star Wars content as long as it's Legends.
There you go. That's for the person who wanted everybody to be goth for a day.
Never Again says,
does he want that?
I'll just
concentration on Star Wars, is that because Disney is canon?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Junk Shop says, when's Badger Day? Because that sounds like the best option so far. Never Again says, I'd be sitting in a comfortable chair laughing and watching 2 Godless Sewing. I'm assuming that's at the orgy. You'd have to
be in your toga, with your leg up in your chair, even if you're sitting at your house,
Jess says music and weed and some kind of really decent chocolate dessert. Then somehow get foolishly injured. Is that what usually happens?
That's a requirement. You have to get foolishly injured.
Now that sounds like a Saturday night, getting foolishly injured.
Yeah.
Seraphim says everyone eats their favourite comfort food, drinks rum and coke with lime.
Oh.
I'd like that.
I can do that.
Yandere says dressed like goths for me. Before me?
Uh-huh.
For me. Seraphim, does that mean I celebrate Badger Day quite often? Every time you watch Star Wars. Chad says, Chadwick Day is when you make a point of learning something about a topic you never considered. Fun facts. That's what Critical Questions is. Apart from the fact we never teach anything real. Jeff.
Okay. It's going to involve a copious amount of alcohol, which is going to be mandatory. Unless there's medical reasons, obviously there'll be exceptions, but otherwise it's mandatory. You need. It's going to involve a lot of circle pits to Slayer music and that so on, and maybe for the day, Diamond Head's "Am I Evil" will be the national anthem.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh
hell yeah!
Yeah. So
I've been in the pits of
like
hell.
this.
I've been in the pits of hell at a few Slayer concerts and have scars to prove it.
Well,
Not for the faint of heart.
Oh yeah, that's
They're not
Slayer
for the faint
pits
of
are
heart.
fucking brutal.
Oh, it's unreal to watch a group of humans go in a circle. It's unreal.
Do you know? You ever heard that routine by that comedian Brian Posen? And he said that if you have another man that's giving you a blowjob, it is not gay whatsoever as long as you go Slayer.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that next Saturday
cut
night.
the balls, dude. Slayer. What else?
I just learned something new.
And on Jeff Day, Donna is not allowed to perv over my hair. Sorry, Donna.
Ricardo says something light-hearted like The Purge.
Oh God.
Sarcastic Barman says, every plan seems to involve booze, which means you all have problems because you're not buying the booze off me. He's not allowed to sell any booze at the moment.
Oh, bummer.
Right. Next question.
Dave, what about you?
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Come on, yoga balls, Dave. It's right there. Everybody bounces on a yoga ball.
Yoga ball with the toga on.
Yeah.
You make it sound like I actually enjoy the yoga ball.
I know. We all have to put a happy spin on it.
Seraphim says that she's going to perv for Donna.
So perv for the. That's perving in proxy, I guess. Perving by proxy. Sure.
I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go with the orgies. I'm not convinced about the togas. I think if
you don't have to wear clothes. You don't have to wear clothes. That's even better.
Easy access I think, is where the togas.
Togas have much less impact today than they did 30, 40 years ago.
I'm just saying toga for the shy people. That's all.
Yeah.
I'd be walking around.
I think if you had a day where everyone was expected to be naked, I think a lot of the mystery would go away from it.
See, on my day, people don't have to get naked, but if they wish to, let them go for it.
There you go. Donna says naked day.
Naked day.
I mean, all you got to do is find someone less attractive than you, and then you will feel better about being naked.
Oh God.
Yes. Give me the hard jobs, Dave. Why don't you?
No.
Well, hard job takes on a whole different meaning when everyone's naked. The key is, you hold a conversation and look everybody in the eye.
And 8 levels of innuendo with direct eye contact. Never break it. You can't look away. You can't look away.
I feel that I might be either at a very big advantage or very big disadvantage, because I would insist on bringing my wheelchair, and that puts me at a very different height in conversations.
Yeah, but it also gives you excellent lap access.
I was about to say,
Dave, but you're useful for other things.
There's like 15 things popped up in my head the second.
Yeah,
exactly. Go on.
It is that whole thing though, just to try and avoid embarrassment. It's like maintain eye contact and go in your head to yourself. Think of Trump. Think of Trump.
No.
That'll just make you avoid any embarrassing incidents.
On International Julie Day, Trump is not allowed. The name is not allowed to be said, and no photographs of him are allowed to be shown or video. I can't.
Not even for a dartboard.
Nope. Well,
that's
a small dartboard.
On Godless Day, I'm gonna walk up to Trump and give him the Doctor Who line of "Get off my planet." Send him in a shuttle, just going somewhere.
Mathemix says, streaking stoned while drinking Buckfast. The entire planet's going to be hyper. Seraphim says, an orgy in the dark.
Yeah, but you always get poked in the eye. It's all fun and games until you get injured. You need light. It's all fun and games until someone's trying to be fancy and you go up and you get it's awful.
James Henry has revealed his phobias.
I can't see the chat. That's sad.
Neither can I.
I'm too much of a prude. There's a link to just the pop out. I'm too much of a prude to take part in an orgy. Seeing naked men in the same room as me is not pleasurable upon mine eye. Don't look at them then. Just look them in the eye.
You don't have to join. You can always turn your back.
Bat just says, can I have an orgy in the dark, but it's just me? I think that would break the point, the orgy part of it. That would just be Friday nights.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's very healthy and it's fun.
Right, next question. Question 1310. Do you look forward to Thanksgiving, if only so you can fight with family members?
Actually, that's why I dread Thanksgiving. Because somebody's going to say something stupid and I can't not respond. So no. No's the answer.
You don't look forward to it.
No. I look forward to the food, and I look forward to seeing my nieces and nephews. and I look forward to seeing my parents and one of my and my siblings. The two that show up, they're awesome. But at some point, somebody's going to say something, and that's when I walk outside to smoke, or I have to like.
See, in my family, we got smart decades ago, and we basically purged every conservative in the family.
That's my entire family,
either voluntarily or with gunshots. And we don't really have any problems at holidays anymore.
James Henry says no. Ricardo says, what's Thanksgiving? James Henry says, I say stupid shit all the time. Jess says, that's why this is the best one ever. No extended family this year.
Ever. Best
Sarah
one.
says, I am banned from Thanksgiving.
I'm way too happy for this. About this.
My family.
Actually, the best Thanksgivings I ever went to was when I was living on this pseudo commune, and people just came in from all over, and it was just the family you chose. There was like 50 people, and everybody knew and loved each other, and it was just the best ever. It's just the best ever.
That's awesome. My family, we hate each other, so it saves money during the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, if I could somehow work in a Friendsgiving, that would be awesome. That would be so much fun.
I have one every year. That's why that's the
Nice.
only disappointment about being alone this year. But it is what it is.
It is.
Manda.
Our knockdown, drag out fights are usually on Christmas, not Thanksgiving. So
You can enjoy Thanksgiving.
I don't really. It's it was nice. It's nice when it's just me and Angel. I don't really like it because every other year my parents will spend it with my brother, and I don't deal with my brother. So, but this year they're home, and that sucks. So we just ignore each other.
Jeff?
Why would I look forward to Thanksgiving Day?
Because you've been over to America repeatedly to try and declare war on.
I've been to America twice, and
Yeah, but you're well known to be an American file and want to be an American.
Yeah.
No.
How are those blankets that you took over?
Can we do one for one switch? I'll go live where you are. You can come here, like a student exchange. Can we do that?
Yeah, do that. Do it, Jeff. Do it, Jeff.
I want to be somewhere colder.
I've had miserable holidays, so I refuse to allow my family to bring me down. So every year I try to enjoy myself,
Well
you
done.
don't got to come here. This is like the warmest November we've ever had. So
It's warm here in California too. It should be cold.
To be
At
fair,
least
it's
windy,
California.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just scared. My plants are starting to grow again. That's how insane. That's how much sunshine we've had. My
A
plants are
vine
coming
just
back.
started blooming.
Oh yeah.
And it's way out of, and Junk Shop was like, "Why is my Dracaena blooming in November?" No. Yeah.
And yet half your population doesn't understand why.
I know. I know.
It's not something. I'm not like, oh wow, the grapes are coming back. I'm like, oh crap, the grapes are coming back. Like
like this is wrong.
Yeah, way wrong. We haven't had any rain at all. It's
Right.
not nice.
Yandiri says, I just hate washing pots and pans. Chad says, it's not a big thing in my family. We never had large gatherings apart from weddings and funerals. We threw a hell of a funeral. Okay, fair enough. Bad Tempered Badger says...
We do great wakes.
We do great wakes.
We really do.
I find wakes very odd.
Those right. They're fun.
Badger says, I get pissed off during Thanksgiving because all my US online roleplay friends are talking to their stupid families instead of roleplaying.
I can see how that affects you, Badger. I can see that.
James Henry says, the only family member I don't like is my twin sister. You see, you're going to destroy our images of twins. You're meant to be perfectly in sync with your twin sister. Never Again says, the only difference this year from last is I had 0 invites to say no to. And I always said no, as I don't like gathering with many of the folks up here. It keeps the peace. You're here, and you're not going anywhere. Seraphim says, some of my family are okay, but they don't talk to me. where the others can see.
Oh,
They're ashamed to mix with you.
screw that, Seraphim. You're awesome.
Ox says, the native part of me can't stand Thanksgiving, but the other part of me loves food. So I'm mixed on this holiday.
Understood.
Sewing.
What's that?
What's your answer?
Oh, what am I gonna do today?
No. Do you look forward to Thanksgiving?
I'm not a big holiday person at all. I spent my entire 20s alone, so I learned just to ignore holidays. So I kind of turned it into a party. I got all my supplies. I went to the dispensary. I got a bunch of weed. I'm ready to just hang out. I'm ready to hang out and enjoy myself.
Again, a sensible state with sensible laws.
No, I've had really crappy holidays where I've sat around and gotten in fights with uncles who I don't even like. It's pointless to hang out with people that you get in a fight with once a year.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a really headstrong, conservative family, and I'm over it. I'm too old to be nice to people I don't like.
Yeah, that's why I can't keep my mouth shut anymore because it's just too. I was never great at keeping my mouth shut, but when I was younger, it was easier, and now I'm just like, that is so dumb. Why?
No, I'm polite. I'm nice, but when you're walking up to me saying rude things, you're gonna. I'm not this nice in real life, So I'm gonna say something back to you, So this year I'm excited. This year it's gonna be. I'm gonna take my boots off after this, watch something exciting. I'm excited. I'm gonna spend all day in the kitchen. It's gonna be great.
Jenny.
I used. I guess I mostly don't really care much about Thanksgiving one way or the other, whatever happens.
You're British.
No, well, yeah, actually, we trace back to there. But no, I just don't care. I have no interest in getting together with my relatives, even if they are liberals and we don't argue about stuff like that. Just
fair enough.
I'm moot.
Meh.
That's fun.
Holidays are depressing in America. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah. Well, and Thanksgiving, the inherent conflict of Thanksgiving is just that's hard to.
I don't know anyone that doesn't fight with their family.
Yeah.
Right. Next question.
Dave?
What's the point? My answer is meh.
Yeah, well, you asked me the same bloody question, and I'm not American, so
I don't see I avoid seeing my family as much as is humanly possible. If there was a holiday where we were expected to all go around and do everything together. I mean, do you want to know what Christmas is? And COVID has ruined this. There was a great thing about Christmas that we had. My dad sodded off to my sisters.
Yeah, that's what's happening here. My parents were really mad at my brother anyway because he didn't play golf with my father on his birthday this year, so they haven't spoken for 6 months.
Okay.
Well, it's not the worst thing that's happened on a golf course this year, or not happened on a golf course this year. Pretty much everything Trump's done's been on a golf course.
I think Thanksgiving would be a lot better for lots and lots of people if they stopped making it a family-oriented celebration, but friends, the family you choose.
Chosen family.
Yeah.
I actually know people who do that, and largely because, especially folks who got kicked out because I live in the South and they, were born gay or trans or whatever. So that's what they do. They have Friendsgivings, not family of origin Thanksgivings.
Makes sense. Right. Yeah. Question 1311. Do you prefer to always be on top? Jeff.
Is that any of your fucking business?
That depends how you take the question, to be quite honest.
Yeah, well, that's exactly
he might be talking about employment.
Junk Shop is in the chat, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have to choose my words very carefully. I'm still thinking because
Okay,
somebody
You're
else.
still thinking.
So,
Is this some Thanksgiving tradition that as a Brit, I'm unaware of here?
No.
Wondering.
Sewing. This odd look on your
well,
face.
after the 55-gallon vats of booze at the orgy, anything's possible. So we'll play, like I said the other day, we'll just play paper, rock, scissors. So,
Never heard anybody call it in that order before.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Isn't it rock, paper,
I like to
scissors?
have fun. I like to have fun. I'm not shy
Rochambeau,
about it.
fucker.
Well, he's a weird person.
I enjoy life while doing handstands. So,
Yeah, that is awesome.
so yes and no. I'm versatile.
You're versatile. James says doggy style. Don't know what he's talking about.
Well, if you can do handstands while you're a top or a bottom, that's pretty impressive. All by yourself.
As
Never.
in-
Go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say I finally thought of an acceptable answer that will not that my
What's-
spouse won't
wait,
be angry.
Wait, Julie, what's your unacceptable
There-
answer?
I'm not going to tell you. They are a very private person, and everybody knows we're together. So I'm not going to say anything specific. I'm just going to say that, like a lot of things in my life, I can go several different ways. Let's leave it at that.
Never Again says depends on who and the whole roly motion thing. Chad says not always, but I like the ability to take control. Context is irrelevant. Ox says fuck no. Save a cowboy, ride Knox. Donna says I'm a bottom. I'm on bottom. I'm on slightly on it.
That's very honest.
Matthew
Oh,
says I like to
Donna,
change it
really?
about, but Manda's a control freak. Manda, what's your answer?
You know my answer.
I do know your answer. But you have to say it for the audience.
Yes, I prefer to be on top, but it's not like I won't mix it up every now and then. But I'm in charge, you fucker.
Catnip says on top of what?
damn.
See, that's the thing, because I am always in charge. I like someone to take charge every once in a while, you know. Slowly, nicely, softly.
But you
Mandy
can be
says-
in charge and tell them what to do, but still be
Agreed.
in charge.
Agreed. Oh, I have limits, boundaries. Agreed.
You're too small to be on the bottom, Donna. You might suffer a lot of crush injuries.
Yeah, she's teeny tiny.
9 o'clock hero says anywhere but the middle. What's wrong with the middle?
Depending
you're
on the
like busy.
situation.
Hey, I'd like a sandwich every
You're
once in a
extra
while.
busy in the middle.
Nothing wrong with a good sandwich.
Badger says my answer was stolen by Godless Scummer.
I love how no one considered giving just a straight answer to this question.
I know. Seraphim
Like,
says
I like being on top of my daily tasks. You know, like no one said that.
Dude,
I
that's the question.
I left the question
wouldn't be a
ambiguous.
straight
I left the question ambiguous so people could take it however they wanted. It's not
Yeah, but
my
we know-
fault.
It's coming from you.
But David,
I got
we
a
know what you
stalker
like.
taking it however I wanted. Be careful. Be careful.
David, we know what you like. We're just trying to make you happy.
It's a fair point.
Seraphim says sometimes, but I usually am on bottom. Ricardo says depends on top of who. Donna says, damn, I wish I was on this stream now. We might be able to squeeze you in. James says the sandwich, lol. Donna says the smut would be flowing. Jenny.
Out of where? God, how do I answer this? Theoretically, I would be a bottom, but experientially, I have no fucking idea.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Did
I'll
you?
save
Oh, no,
my
did.
comment. When you say experimentally, expand on that.
I haven't had a date in 40 years.
Okay. So when you say experimentally,
There we go. Seraphim says it's not Dave's fault that you're all shameless hussies.
True.
I can finally say this, and I'm not in the chat. Stop slut shaming. What I do loudly is my business and everybody else within earshot.
Right, next question. Question.
No, fuck off.
Yes?
Oh, see, now it's critical questions. Oh, I was waiting for you. Man, I was waiting for you to curse out Dave.
You have
All
a problem?
morning I've been waiting for that.
I want him to answer this question.
Me?
As do I.
Me, I'm versatile. I'm on a bit of a bottom kick at the moment, but either way. Right, can I move on now?
Yes. Yes, you have my permission.
Thank you, so kind. Question 1312. Some Native Americans use Thanksgiving as a day of mourning. Do you think we should do away with Thanksgiving due in part to the current social climate?
Yes. But I've also thought that for decades, so it doesn't.
No,
Yes, but in
not.
today's climate, it would piss off a lot of people.
It would, yeah.
Is that
It,
good
it
or
I don't know
goes
bad?
how
right
we
back
could
to the
accomplish- we
statues.
wouldn't
It goes right
accomplish
back
that.
to the statues.
Yeah.
Like we're getting mad at people that are way dead.
What these statues that are modern?
Thanksgiving
Nope.
has no true reason, orientation, attachment to specific dogma. I think we should redesign it and make it ours and make it what we want it to be.
That's, yeah.
I think Thanksgiving is an important festivity in every culture. I think every culture needs to stand back at least one day a year and give thanks for life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, good food, good friends.
The rest of the world
That's
don't share those
actually,
values.
that's actually a that's a fantastic point, because Thanksgiving is other than the 4th of July, and for some people Halloween, but not for everyone for various reasons. Those are our only secular holidays here. So yeah, that actually is a good point.
Badger says, no, people should be aware of the history of their holidays. They should. I think your country has, well, America has screwed that. Yandiri says it gets overrun by Christmas anyway, so yes, you could just move it somewhere else.
God,
You can't move Thanksgiving though. We've had it on the same day for how long?
It's always on the Thursday of the week of some point. Yeah.
You're aware your country's like a couple of weeks old.
I know.
It's like don't make me sing the song. It's like 300 years old. I think three and change. I don't know.
I mean, ours is like over 1,000 years old.
Bicentennial in the 70s.
I know.
And Dave, you can call us young all you want, but a bunch of fucking dirty rebels kicked the ass of the greatest empire on the planet at the time, who has now become.
I think you're missing the point. What happened was we decided to cut off some annoying colonists. And
I won't sing
their
Johnny
own
Horton.
way.
Because
Parliament
I've been hanging out with
decided
stools,
to
so
stop
I won't
funding the
sing.
war.
You fought a war to not cut us off.
Fake news! Fake news!
Was
But you guys
all
tried
about the war.
twice, and in 1814, we, there was that second skirmish in 1814.
You mean that one where we burned the White House?
Where we took a little trip with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi.
Oh gosh, that guy.
The irony of that is that battle didn't need to happen because the fucking war was over. Actually, the peace agreement had been signed before that fucking battle.
It's a great Johnny Horton song.
The British just deserved an extra kick in the ass.
See, I don't argue. We're mad about something that happened 200 years ago.
That's a classic example. It's a classic example of sort of a bit like the United States in Vietnam, where they've won all the engagements but lost majority of the engagements but lost the war. It's kind of what happened with the British and in 1812 and the Independence War.
And guerrilla warfare played a part in both of those.
The majority of the engagements, technically the British won, but you can win every battle and still lose the war.
Yeah.
So are we fighting it again right here?
Silly.
That's right. That's right. You honor the Queen and we laugh at her.
We honor her? Came out
hey,
squeaky.
Dave, you didn't get put in the tower after what you said the other day.
Jenny, you do know my feelings on the fucking monarchy, don't you? It's like I think the French had.
I know your feelings on the monarchy.
The French had the right idea.
But you didn't get chucked in the tower after talking about the Queen's muff, so you're all right.
I wasn't on that. I wasn't on that.
I heard Prince Philip are on a week-long getaway right now, trying to rekindle their early days. Does that mean they're porking each other right now?
They have the best health insurance on earth, so probably.
I was about to say that sounds very sweet, but then it got weird.
It's sweet if it's you if you're old. It's weird when they are old.
I think it was the porking each other phrase that got me, but that's fine.
You have no idea what aristocracy gets up to.
They're werewolves, aren't they? Doctor Who told me they were werewolves.
Let's just say there's some interesting things with pigs' heads that happened a few years ago.
I'm just trying to visualize Queen Elizabeth squealing with delight.
Oh, see, that's what I was totally avoiding trying to think of.
There.
Say what you will, though. The way the disdain, just the calm disdain that she showed toward Trump when he went over there and met her. She has a piece of my heart for that.
I don't. I'm not Catholic, but the Pope did the same thing.
Oh yeah, the Pope. Yeah, he did.
He just was so straight faced. Like, why do I have to be near this?
It was. Junk Shop said that is so the just take the fucking picture face right there. Like, just take it.
Isaac Wicker says, start a new tradition where one stranger is allowed to raid your home with as much food as they can carry. I feel that might get abused. Never Again says, has everyone forgotten the harvest celebration it actually started out as? See, that's the odd thing. We do have Harvest Festival here. Although it's not usually a big thing
it's not this. It's more of a church thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the second fucking question we're on.
No, fourth. We're steaming through today.
Paying attention.
You should get Stool on here, then you see how far you'll get, any questions you'll get through.
Yeah. James says, turn Thanksgiving into Yom Kippur. Jess says,
Day of Atonement. That would be appropriate.
Jess says, I think we need a Thanksgiving, but this particular one. Say again?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to check myself. I have to make sure that I cited the right holiday. Now I'm freaking out thinking I said the wrong one.
I think we need Thanksgiving, but this particular one needs to be explained properly first, and yes, mourning should be involved.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement, and it is a high holiday in the Jewish faith.
Badger said, back to our previous conversation, you threw the tea in the harbour so you can all go fuck yourselves.
I need coffee. That reminds me.
Kitty says, I see nothing offensive about Thanksgiving, unlike Columbus Day, where the nasty jerk is celebrated and revered.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Columbus Day needs to fucking go.
Thanksgiving is a lie, though, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it is.
You don't tell the truth to our children about the things that were done to Native Americans. Instead, there's this fucking story about us all getting along and eating together, and it's total garbage. And it's by this time, most people know the truth about it, but the people on the right have a tendency to want to hold on to shit like this. The same with Columbus Day.
Well,
that's why I made that comment, because all the weirdos would freak out the second you try to change their weird You know,
Yeah.
because they align themselves with these dumb holidays and they believe the lies. You know,
Well,
I'm
and
all for
there
change.
was-
Like if you can change and you know be your better self, hey, I'll be right there with you. You know, so I'm all for changing the holiday.
Well,
there was an initial celebration at Jamestown, but it was one thing, and then the Native Americans got so frustrated with the settlers' bullshit because they didn't bring any farmers. It was too late to plant. They were like basically just glommed on to the tribes and were like, "Hey, can you feed us? Because we can't feed ourselves because we suck." And we didn't really prepare for this journey. We have like a barber, but no farmer, and literally, then one smith. They had one blacksmith, and that's it. It was so dumb, and eventually the colony failed. It just failed, and so many people died.
Well, you know what the best thing was about Jamestown?
What?
They all died.
Yeah. Oh, and also the Native Americans were like, "That's a really dumb place to settle because it's swampy and there's like disease because of mosquitoes." But I don't know if they knew it was because of mosquitoes. But yeah, that place
them.
we don't live there. Yeah, we don't live there for a reason, and it's just God, it's so dumb. Anyway,
Ox
I'm
says,
finished.
to the natives, Thanksgiving is a reminder of the invasion of the whites into this country. It is a reminder to this day of the over 10 million native lives taken by the white man over the last 200 plus years.
Enslaved, massacred, mutilated,
Raped.
everything.
Sorry for the R word.
What we did to the
and a few broken treaties to throw into the mix as well.
what we did to the
Yeah,
first
a few.
citizens here is it's the worst possible thing any body of people can do to another. We came and we just stole their land, we killed their people, we lied to them with treaties after treaty after treaty after treaty. There isn't one treaty that the United States has held truthful to. Not one.
And to this day, Native American women are being murdered at a higher rate than any other demographic.
And it doesn't even get investigated.
And it's not even. It's never in the news. It's not your missing white blonde chick of the week. You know, it's the
The problem is also there's hardcore laws like on a reservation. You can't necessarily walk on there with American jurisdiction. You know, they have their own say. So
they have sovereignty.
So
one thing.
It's just bad all around. It's bad.
There
all
are
around.
a few tribes that are currently fighting to gain back some of their sovereign land from the federal government, and it's being ignored, especially because of who we have in the White House and whatnot. Because he's not just ignoring it, but they're also encroaching on it in order to land that belongs to them now, in order to look for oil and whatnot. So,
which is nothing but problems in the first place.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was profitable. 150 years ago, it was gold. Today, it's oil.
Yep.
And water.
Ricardo says, end it under the penalty of firing squad. What, for the holiday or for the throwing the tea in the hole? Never Again says, oh no, I missed that.
I think if they changed it as a day of thanks to Native Americans and made it about respecting, what they've lost and what we've taken and who they are, instead of making it, because it's even now it's more about the pilgrims than it is about the Native Americans. It's just
half of your country they would not accept that.
I could see that.
They don't seem to want to.
I know
half
they
your
won't.
country doesn't want to acknowledge that people that are not pure white have value.
I know.
I've heard arguments from people on the right that have said that every conquest of land in the world has been done brutally, but that doesn't make it right, especially now.
It also doesn't. It also makes it current. I mean, there are other things. I've read lots about South America and lots that the Spanish are responsible for.
It's called creating race. The Spanish created what we consider, from South America all the way up to Mexico. They wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for the. They basically killed all the men and took all the women. So they eradicated.
Yeah.
They eradicated
that's exactly
countless tribes.
And they also burned codexes, and so people lost their religious texts and their languages. And I know none of us here are big on religion, but at the time they did that to forcibly convert them all to Christianity.
Yeah.
So that's never a good time.
Well,
Thanksgiving is such a downer.
It's such a shitty holiday.
Well, I got
we were such hypocrites.
2 years ago, I was in Cuzco in Peru for the Sun Festival, and it was kind of like one of those few little things that they've got of their culture left in a way,
Has anyone not actually answered the question?
Yeah, me.
Hours ago.
Say again?
We all did, like hours ago.
No,
Did you?
no,
Jeff
we didn't.
It kind of discussed it all over, so I'm not actually sure if anyone feels they haven't answered. Jeff, go on then.
My honest answer is I don't feel I could tell Americans whether they should or shouldn't celebrate this. I think there's a lot fucking wrong with Thanksgiving. I think I think maybe you should get rid of it and replace it with Wanksgiving Day.
Agreed.
I think that could be a good alternative. But no, honestly, I don't know that I really could tell the Americans what to do. But as I said, this Thanksgiving's a weird thing because there's similar celebrations to it around the world. It's not an exclusively American thing. But yeah, I get the problems with the right wanting to claim things of their own. I mean, I think the closest thing what we got here is that we've got a whole bunch of right-wingers in this country that want to make St. George's Day a national holiday, which it's not at the moment. And it's like, there's this England and St. George. I'm like, you do realise that St. George never fucking set foot in England. He was from like Turkey, Palestine. Oh, and he's also the patron saint of people with herpes. Just so you know. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna Google the hell out of that.
Yeah, me too.
Right. Next question then.
Ancient saint of herpes.
I thought Saint Disma was bad. Never mind. Go ahead.
I didn't know, man. Where are my notes? I should be writing stuff down.
Badger screams for Britain King and Great George Great.
I knew that.
You watch him playing his game, he runs around stabbing things with a flag.
I love that.
Right. Question 1301. What? No. Question 1313. I can read. Question 1313. Would you ever act in pornography for free?
No.
For free? No.
Yeah, pay me. You can actually make a lot of money in pornography. If
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
It's one of the few fields where women tend to make more than men. So, no, unless I'm getting paid, there's no reason to do that.
Stop slut shaming.
I know, I'm not. I'm saying you can.
It's my
fuck
skill.
all you want, but if you're talking about it getting put on, if it's porn, as in the pornography industry, yeah, I want to check for that.
Yeah.
I want to get paid for that. Is my point. Yeah, I have no problem with free love. You do you, but or him or her or whomever.
I feel it's irrelevant to me because I can't give it away, let alone fucking charge for it.
Yeah.
They'd pay you though.
God, I hate dating.
I feel like I'm doing a sales pitch.
Do a sales pitch. Sign this contract, Jeff.
Like for me, the best part about being married is I don't have to date. I don't. It's fantastic.
Where I you
Stop.
Say again?
It doesn't necessarily stop for everyone. It stopped for me. I was like, awesome, got it.
And I
have
clearly proven that just because you're single doesn't mean you date.
There.
James Henry says no. Seraph says no. Jess says no. Ox says, will they serve lunch? If they serve lunch, then sure.
Well, I'm just imagining the sign.
Shadow Kitty says, all depends on who I'll be performing with. Yandira says, take me out to dinner first. And Ricardo says, depends on who. Go on.
I've pumped for less.
Manda?
Where I live. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go, Manda.
I didn't say anything.
No, would you, I forgot the question. Would you ever act in pornography for free?
If the person I was acting with were Kit Harington, then yes.
Who's Kit Harington?
Fuck off, Dave.
I can't say I've heard of Kit Harington. But...
Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Oh, that guy.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like he's
I
come
was
up before.
the green guy from
talking
Futurama.
about, but I couldn't remember. I was like, that name is familiar. Who is it? Who is it? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, agreed.
Isaac Wicker says, so I'm exposing myself for exposure. Yes, apparently so.
Around here, people walk up to you and they hand you cards. Like, do you want to act in porn? Do you want to act? If they think you're pretty, they will literally hand you a card.
Wow.
How do you
know? North Hollywood area.
Badger says, I would do it in a Star Wars one. Star Wars porn. There's some very weird Star Wars porn. Catnip says,
weird.
I'll give it a stern maybe.
What if it was made by Disney, though?
Well, it would be made by Disney now.
Are you serious that there's a lot of Star Wars porn?
Yeah, some really weird Star Wars porn.
Yeah.
You mean like Darth Vader?
Oh, and a lot of creepy incest Star Wars porn.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
You mean like with Ewoks?
No, with Luke and Leia.
Oh.
I said incest, not what. I don't know what that would be.
Well,
Because
Ewoks,
Ewoks are sentient, so it's not bestiality, but they look like little teddy bears. So I'm not sure what that is, and I'm going to stop talking before I...
Go on, keep talking. Fill time. See where your head goes.
No.
There's nothing wrong with furries either. Stop furries.
There's not. There's not.
It's not my thing, but...
It's mine neither, but again, that's fine.
But if they were hot enough, I'll do anything once.
Yeah, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good.
I live in the desert. We have fun.
There's a lot of good. There's an awful lot of good porn names. There's a lot of good porn names for Star Wars. Jabba the Slut, Princess Leia, Obi-Wan can blow me.
You've given this too much thought, Jeff.
Star Wars.
Yes.
What's the question again?
The Grey Man says, in my horny youth, heck yeah. Seraph says, no lunch, it wouldn't technically be free in that case. Which point Ox responds, we'll fuck for food. Manda says, that would be epic. Badger Star Wars porn all the way. I feel that you have experience here.
I would start with the gold bikini.
Yeah. That yep.
Oh, I do have a Darth Vader helmet.
Oh, so do I. I've never used it for sex, but I do have one.
Although, you know what that reminds me of, though, is that fucking R-word scene from Revenge of the Nerds. Because that was actually...
Yeah.
That was not...
Oh, I know. You want to talk about...
just put that in my... No,
that was
exactly what you're talking about.
I remember laughing hysterically at that scene as a kid, and now I think back on it and it's so bad, it's so gross, and I'm like, oh God, what did I? Why? The 80s weird.
Never Again says, feels protected, not neglected. Oops, I said too much. I feel like I've missed something there. Badger says, I will play a Mandalorian who stands in the background of a gangbang or something. That's not really acting in the...
No, you have to join. You can't be a fucking prop, Badger.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Or an extra.
That is very on brand for Badger, though. We still wait and see his actual face.
He does. No, he just wants to stay in the background so that if he doesn't want to be the one taking off the boob armor and getting Anita Sarkeesian pissed off. That's what it is.
Also, don't voyeur shame.
True.
Have to wear your shame a
I'm
little
proactive.
bit. I don't know.
I'm extremely proactive. You're right. You're right.
I think as
You're a
long as
terrible
people know
voyeur.
they're being watched. If
I'm
they
a
know they're being watched, then they've consented to that, then it's fine.
I don't mind if people watch, though. Well, it depends on who, though.
Oh, Isaac says, Bad Temper Badger, so you be a referee.
Hey, I got a shirt for that.
Badger says, I wouldn't be a prop. I would be doing important facial expressions and reaction shots. Like this.
In a fucking Mandalorian
Behind your
arm. In a
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian arm, for fuck's sake, Badger.
It's amazing.
Oh, I'm completely lost. Did everyone answer the question?
Did you?
Yes.
Did you, Dave?
No, but sure.
Damn right. Yo, you would do it for free?
Oh, yeah, probably.
How hot would they have to be?
I'm relatively
You would
easy.
have to pay me. I have,
See,
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
morals. I have a price tag.
I think the problem would be as to how much time I was expected to commit to it. Yeah, you want me to go and piss about on a set for a day? Nah, I don't really care. You want me to spend 6 months doing this with random people? I might want paying. Right. Next
Well,
question.
you know, they got to do casting choices, Dave. You've got to understand that, so...
No one spends 6 months filming a
I
porn.
was about to say that would be
A
it.
porno.
No, I was assuming there was more than one.
Oh, yeah, that'd be like 100.
Would it? How do you
That's
know?
a career.
Or more. Or more. I mean,
Rainbug said there is a fine line between porn and a sex tape. Yes, whether or not you get paid, usually.
Yeah, I was about to say, hitting the button upload is what that's
So,
the difference.
Dave, why didn't you just make the question, would you make a sex tape?
Because that's a different question. That may or may not be later in the show. Right, next question. Question 1314. What's a small inconvenience? Okay, doesn't make sense. Question 1314. What's a small inconvenience curse that would drive someone insane?
oh, okay. So a curse in the form of a small inconvenience, but it would drive you insane over time.
Yeah, something minor.
Is how-
I don't think the word curse is needed, to be honest. It's just what's a small inconvenience that would drive someone insane? Yeah. Put a stone in their shoe, something like that.
Having an itch you couldn't scratch.
Yes.
Dripping water faucet. I almost punched a wall once.
Mixing
Over
fleshlight.
Oh.
A smoke detector.
Oh, wait. I thought you said
that's-
fleshlight. Did you say
No, I
flashlight?
said fleshlight.
Oh, okay,
Missing
good.
flesh-
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would suck.
a
Yeah.
smoke detector that is
Habitually.
giving its low battery warning, and you can't find where it is.
Oh. Oh my god, yes.
Good one. When they start
That's a good
No.
one.
At the
There's no
moment,
crazy
we've got
one.
one. We've got a carbon monoxide detector, right? That for some fucking reason, every few weeks screams at us. Right now, I went and
Battery?
bought another carbon monoxide detector to make sure that there was no fucking carbon monoxide it was detecting. No clue what's triggering it, but every few weeks it goes nuts.
Maybe
I wonder
someone's
if-
slowly gassing you.
Then the other one will pick it up.
Are you sure it's not fart loading?
To be fair, you guys do eat a lot of beans in your country.
That's not carbon monoxide. No.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well,
I'm just being.
I've been trying to sell Dave on the virtues of Marmite because more people should have it, but no, he's going to have beans, I'm afraid. So.
Oh.
Marmite looks so
You know, now that I'm here, can I officially say yeah to Marmite and all that stuff?
Oh,
I'm
thank
an
you.
American.
I think I
I've never
love you.
tasted it though. So.
Marmite, Vegemite, shoe
Oh,
polish. It's all the
Christ.
same.
It's all the same and it's evil.
Okay, that's official. That's official then. That's official. Right, we're reinvading the colonies. You lot are not ready for independence. You lot are not civilized enough to be ready for independence yet.
I think that's clear. In the last 8 years, in the last 4 years, I think we've made that very clear.
The food you have in your country alone is enough to show you who's the better fucking country. So my hesitation toward moving to Northern Ireland is because there's no food there, and your fucking pizzas are stupid.
Yeah, and we have less fucking obese people.
Yeah,
I'm not obese.
I bet you
I
don't.
didn't say you were. I'm just saying. Let's be honest. On average.
Yeah, because
On
our
average-
food is actually edible. So.
On an average, Americans have several more inches than Brits.
Yeah, but we don't eat gray paste.
Did you say several more inches?
Yes.
Oh, I could prove that in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I was very slow on the uptake on that one. That was a very good joke, Godless. Sorry.
Matter of fact, you can see my boot behind me.
Not making a comment.
That is nice.
Constantly attracting gnats around your face.
Yeah, that happens to me on the daily. Here,
Seraph says itchy nose. And Deary says smacking their food.
I'd get violent when someone touches my food.
Deborah again says rephrase it as has, and I'll think about it. I have my papers certifying my insanity. Okay. Greyman says you'll be the first up against the wall when the Marmite revolution comes. Is it a thing about postmen?
I'm right.
That they hate that they love Marmite? I'm disgusted by this. I'm gonna harass my postman now to find out.
I want to see you actually eat it.
Yeah,
I don't believe that you like that stuff.
I need to try it because I haven't tried it, so I don't want to say it's bad.
There is apparently a jar in my house I discovered.
Oh.
I'm not comfortable sleeping in knowing that there is a jar of that damn stuff in my house.
Well, you guys, according to the Telegraph,
he's a secret Marmite eater. Is Dave?
Spiraling obesity levels have left Britain the 6th fattest nation in the world, with rates rising faster than even those in the U.S.
That's
So
right.
you guys are catching up.
Wait. What number is the U.S.?
The U.S. is 40% obese, but we were only 26% back in 2008. So we've gotten super fatter and a little over.
I've been doing
I was
doing a lot of comfort eating.
I was manipulating the facts a little bit there. That was a quote that I read, by the way. But the numbers are: Britain's obesity rate is currently at 36% when this particular survey was taken, and U.S. was 38.2, followed by Mexico at 33.
Okay, so we gave our food to
in other
Mexico.
words,
so they have our food and Mexican food. I actually read this in National Geographic. So their obesity raised because they got KFC, McDonald's. So they have our food and lard. So we didn't do Mexico a favor.
There's two ways of looking at that. I mean, there's two ways of looking at that. There's two ways of looking at that statistic. Is A, we are getting nearly as bad as Americans, or two, our food is as good as America's.
No, your food is bad.
I've been to the UK.
There's two ways you can look at that.
I love the food I had in Scotland. It was delicious.
I've never had a blood pie in America. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
you guys mash everything.
I cannot stress enough how fucking stupid and awful your pizza is. Stop putting on pizza.
Until you eat a pizza made here, that you need to be quiet.
We have lots of different types of pizza.
Have you had pizza from Brooklyn, Jeff?
Oh,
I hate pizza from wherever.
Okay. Why are we friends?
I'm
Amanda,
a pizza girl, dude. I love pizza.
He just may not have had really good pizza. Like you just cited Brooklyn, New York pizza. That's some good.
Every place here is different.
God.
We've got loads of independent pizza things.
No, because I've seen pizza that Stool keeps fucking posting. Every fucking pizza that Robbie shows me, he's like, "Oh, this is awesome." I'm like, "That's the grossest thing I've ever seen."
That's called judging a book
Stop
by
fucking
the
dipping
cover.
your pizza in ranch. What the fuck? Like,
Well, there's
That's
a
called judging a
restaurant
book
here
by
who
the
does
cover, man.
there's a restaurant here that does a buffalo style pizza with chicken, and they give you ranch on the side to dip it in. So
You know what's
we
worse
do
than
that too.
ranch? Honey mustard. Oof.
Robbie had never even heard of pot stickers. You guys don't even have real Chinese food. So
Oh, I
Yay.
couldn't live without pot stickers.
Yay,
I couldn't
pot
live
stickers.
without Chinese food.
And neither do you guys. Neither do you guys. The Chinese are the only ones who have real Chinese food.
I have completely lost track of the track now that arguing about food. This is meant to be what small inconvenience would drive someone insane.
Apparently, food differences.
Eating.
You know what would drive me insane is having to go back to dial-up right now with today's
damn it, that
technology.
was my fucking answer. I kid you not.
That would be torture. If I woke up and I heard that AOL, it would be
Was
bizarre.
the amount of time it takes to load like one page.
Do you know what that would do to the porn industry right now? You remember when it took like an hour to download a fuzzy like picture of a nipple?
Oh,
The
I
porn
would
industry
hoping it
would
was a
love it.
nipple you were
I
The
was
seeing?
porn
there.
industry would love it. They could start making money again.
Yeah.
That's actually fair.
That would be slow torture.
Yeah.
Next question.
So what the fuck was the question again?
That's what I
Sorry, I'm
What's-
distracting.
said. What is a small inconvenience that would drive someone insane?
Yeah. I said it already. Itch you couldn't scratch.
Jen.
I said smoke detector
Oh,
whose
you're right.
battery is going down and it's beeping because of it, and you can't find where the damn thing's located.
Julie?
I said a dripping faucet, water faucet. I don't know what other kind of faucets there are. That's weird. I don't know why I had to say water.
Dial-up or a missing fleshlight.
See, you made me think of a vibrator with a very low battery.
I was gonna say that happen. How often does that happen though? And only that, but my favorite one is a plug-in. It doesn't have batteries, so and then you have to plug it and wait for it to charge all the fucking way. So
That kind of plug-in.
it runs out of power in the middle, so you can't finish, and then you gotta wait another fucking half an hour to fucking.
I had this
That's not cool.
pure
I'm
AC
impatient.
powered vibrator that was just tremendous. It was plugged in all the time. True, and that's not particularly convenient, but God, that thing had the power.
I say, once you've tried something that plugs in,
It's like infinite torque.
Yeah, I've never had a plug-in one, but I've heard very good things.
well, the
About some of
later ones now that have got lithium batteries, rechargeable ones, they're of equal sort of power now. But,
Well, the plugins that like plug in and then it works. I'm talking about the ones that you need to plug in to charge them.
Oh, I like the ones that have a USB charger.
right, okay,
Yeah,
I've got
that's
a
what
problem
I'm
with this.
talking-
I've got a
I
problem
like
with
that.
this.
But you're right; they
Number
do
of-
take forever to charge.
The number of people I have talked to that have left sex toys on their desk because that's where the nearest USB port is to charge.
Oh, that's why my family is not allowed to just drop by my apartment anytime anymore. It just becomes a mad scramble to hide shit.
Oh, you had a
I'm
fun
like-
stream,
My
didn't you?
family can drop by whenever they want, but I'm not answering the door.
I've told them trying to not say anything that'll gross them out, because it's always like my brother or my dad who do this, that will drop by unannounced. This was pre-COVID, and I'm like, dude, we don't have kids. We're the only people who live here. At the very least, I'm gonna come home from work and I'm gonna toss my bra onto the couch. Like, so I need a minute. You got to give me some warning.
I answered the door naked. It really stopped my family from coming over.
Yay!
It stops the Jehovah's
I can't believe the Mormons just came in for that reason.
No, the Mormons know, they know me and they know my BS, so they're not scared of me. They're so nice that it hurts my feelings sometimes.
Yeah, they are super nice.
They're I got lucky. I have really, really considerate, nice neighbors. My neighbor is a cop, and I was talking to him, and I'm smoking a joint, sitting in the middle of the street, and we're just having a conversation. Like, we have tolerance for each other, and that's what we need in today's society.
Oh,
smoke a joint. We should all get along and smoke, and
I remember
have orgies,
tolerance.
wear togas. That's my platform.
Chad says, answer. The inability to ask a question without someone trying to speak over me. I know exactly what you mean.
What did you say?
I may or may not have that habit.
Ox says, take away indoor plumbing, bring back the outhouse. That would drive most people insane.
Cleaning it would.
Oh, yeah.
Digging a new hole.
No.
I could not go live anywhere that I'm on outhouses full time. That's just way
so
too
unsanitary.
revolting. Yeah. That smell. Oh, geez. Thanks a lot. God.
Amanda. Oh, you stole the vibration.
Yeah.
Right, next question. Question 1315. Have you ever lied about any aspect of your sex life?
Yes.
Well, good God, yes. Jesus Christ, what a stupid question.
Well, the question is what?
Who I'm talking to and how prude. It depends on how prude the other person is. Because I want to tell the truth. It's just some people can't take it.
Well, and it also depends. I mean, some things are just private, and no one's goddamn business. So
true.
Seraph says, nope, can't lie about what doesn't exist. Jess says, of course.
Well, let me ask you a question, Julie.
Yep.
I can't.
What have you lied about?
What have I lied about? I think it's mainly lies of omission for the most part. And the one that I do feel kind of guilty about is I've never brought a girlfriend home to meet my parents. Now, in my defense, I've only had 2 serious girlfriends, and I've had many more serious boyfriends. So, but yeah, I didn't bring either of them. I did not have the guts to do that, and then the relationships were over, so it didn't matter.
So you're saying it's a good thing that those sorts of things are measured by ratio and quantities and stuff, huh?
No, I was saying those are the 2 that I feel guilty about.
Okay, my question for you
I didn't have the balls to tell my parents that I like chicks too. I mean, I did tell them, but I didn't have the guts to show that I'd bring a girlfriend into their vicinity.
Julie, my question for you was going to be KY or grape jelly?
KY, grape jelly. Why do you don't want anything with sugar or sticky down there? You don't want anything with sugar down there. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I have a policy. I have an honest policy of telling somebody up front how much of a freak I am. So when they walk in my house and I say, oh, I jokingly have a swing. So when they walk in my house and see that I have a swing in my room, that they know I'm not joking, So I like to be up front so people know that I'm not BSing. That way I don't get any looky-loos or weirdos. I don't like it when people waste my time, So I like to be up front with people.
After they find out the swing is a reality, do you give them the opportunity to leave?
Of course. Of course.
No, they're in the swing by that point.
Usually the next morning, I'm like, leave, get the hell
out. Catnip says all the time. Yandiri says, I'm a virgin. Badger says yes, because it's not anyone's fucking business. The Grey Man says, I don't think I have. Not a Great Gamer says, a fish with no name. Chad says, never. I have refused to answer or given as much as is appropriate, but I am an open book as a matter of principle. Don't ask questions if you don't want answers to. See, there's numerous times I have told people that they don't want to ask me a question. They'll ask me something and I'll say, you don't want me to answer that question. I am quite happy to.
And they always say, oh, come on, go ahead. And I'm like, great, we're not going to be friends anymore. All right.
Ricardo, yes. To me a lot. People have the annoying habit of asking questions. It's just exactly the same thing. Titan Uranus says, not BSing, BDSMing. Shadow Kitty says, you don't want whipped cream or dairy products down there.
No, you do not.
I'm allergic to a lot of things, so all that stuff is just a turn off anyways.
Yeah, I'm very...
People overestimate how much you need.
Not against anyone else if that's your thing, but I don't mix food and sex. Those two things.
Never try to simulate with breadsticks.
Cross contamination. It's a cross contamination issue.
That sugary lube is hell to wash out of the sheets too.
Oh,
that's awful.
Pirate Kitty says yes, especially to people who are stupid enough to ask inappropriate questions.
Well, it's such a conditional question. You know, some people who you know are going to be shocked by something, you want to shock them. But frequently, I guess I'm on the fence that don't ask if you don't want to know. But there's some people I'm just not going to tell them anything because they just. Ugh.
Yeah, fair.
Some people can't handle like your sexuality because they can't handle their own. So they push all of their weirdness on you when you're just yourself. Well, I'm speaking for myself, but you know.
No, I've experienced similar things. I know what you're talking about.
Who hasn't answered? Amanda.
Well, speaking to what Julie was saying before, I think like a year and a half ago, I just casually mentioned to my mother that I was pan. She was like, "You've never slept with a woman before." Slapped at her, but women, I have probably faked more orgasms than I've actually had with a partner. So I'd say yes, I have lied.
But how can they learn, Manda? If you lie, they can't learn.
I'm polite, and they're pathetic.
I know. Well, there's that.
There's so much ego behind, like, I don't know. You know when you get to that point where it's like been like a half an hour, and you know it's not fucking going anywhere, but they ain't quitting until you're done.
You gotta get a "you tried" ribbon and just hit him in the forehead with it. At least you tried. At least you tried. Thanks.
Participation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so disappointed for you. I am so disappointed.
There was this wonderful thread on Twitter that said a question someone was asking on Twitter, on Ask Reddit, asking, "Is it weird that my girlfriend has got this fetish that after we have sex she always uses her vibrator?"
You're trash.
Oh, honey. We need to sit down and have a talk.
That's not a fetish, that's a finish.
Yeah.
There was a guy I dated a couple of years ago that I had mentioned before we had actually slept together that I had never been brought into orgasm. Brought in is not a word. Been brought to orgasm with a man doing oral. So, you know, which is a lot of women haven't. But he was really like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the first one to do it. And then I made the mistake of faking it just to get it the fuck over with. And then he wouldn't shut up about it for like 3 months. He conquers that shit. And I'm like,
see that?
So.
You are polite. You are polite. You are extremely polite.
After 3 weeks, I would have fucking said, "I fucking faked it. Shut up."
Like, oh no.
I could see myself doing exactly what Amanda just described, like in, years ago. But now I just give them the old tap on the shoulder, like, no, stop. This is not going anywhere.
I could do it. I could do it. I can do it.
Like, no, I know. No.
Could we change subjects? You guys have already driven me to waste a couple of hours after
Dave
this.
has not answered that for him.
Jeff.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Okay, then I'll answer. I'll answer yes, of course I have. But I think people are kind of aware that these are the kind of questions where I sometimes kind of clam up on because I'm not really comfortable talking about my sex life. I'm not at all. It's just I'm not comfortable with the subject. I've got to be honest. But if I lied, of course I fucking lied. Especially when you're a young man and when you listen to all your mates telling their bloody sex stories. Have I exaggerated? Yeah, of course I fucking have. Until you sort of grow up and realise that's all bullshit, and you realise they were probably lying for their fucking teams as well. Yeah. Yeah, of course I've embellished certain things or exaggerated things or made shit up that's never fucking happened. When I was a lot younger, of course, but It's generally it's a subject I'm not comfortable with because I'm not necessarily comfortable with my sexuality anyway. So, that's what it is. So
Is what it is. Badger says, how can you gently tell someone during sex, thanks, but this is doing nothing for me, and it's just getting awkward at this point. Please stop this before I sink to the bed in embarrassment.
Just say exactly that.
Just
I
say
mean, exactly that is
You
perfect.
can't
That
hurt
was,
their feelings.
that was very sweet.
The
No,
grey
I would
man
get-
says,
I would- hey, that's fine.
the grey man says, I only fake my orgasms when I'm alone. Right.
Well, if you're
Failure
if you're honest, well, maybe it's not a question of honesty. I've given up on myself.
Yes.
Sometimes, some days you just aren't doing it. It's just not there.
Next question.
yeah, please can we move on?
Here we are. Question 1,300. What? Of course I've lied.
Thank you. Oh, yes, okay.
Question 1,316. Have you ever sought to intentionally ruin Thanksgiving because you hate it?
Apart from coming on here today?
You think this is going to ruin it?
It is ruining it for my parents.
I'm
that were
trying.
out there,
I'm
yeah.
trying. I'm trying my best.
But I have a good reason to not be there. I have a, I
not-
don't want them to die
It's
reason.
not
So
intentional, Julie.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. No, I've never intentionally ruined it, but I have created awkward moments because again I can't keep my mouth shut. So I'm usually I'm quarrelsome. The rest of my family are really conservative and they're all very religious Republicans, so we disagree on a
So
lot
what you're
of
saying
things.
is you're quarrelsome and they're wrong.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Julie, is it the kind of the thing though where they like insist you sit down and say prayers or whatever, and then when you don't, they're like, why are you trying to force your atheism on me?
No,
that kind of shit.
Nobody mentions the A word around my parents because my siblings graciously and nieces and nephews all agree that would do nothing but completely break their hearts. And my mom has dementia, so we're just not.
Just
we
exacerbate the situation.
Yeah, it would exacerbate everything. My parents my mother has literally told me in tears how grateful she is for me because I'm the only child of hers who remained a good Catholic.
Oh God.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was this close to coming out about it as an atheist to her too in the moment. I'm like, did you know what I was about to say? Fuck. Like that. I can't do it now. You're crying.
In my family, every time it's brought up, my mom will say, well, at least you were baptized. To the point where now it kind of makes me angry when she says it. It kind of pisses me off.
Like I had no choice in
what
that.
is this cheap shit that you're saying,
Yeah.
When I came out to my parents, my mom expressed her disappointment by saying that, but you were the only good one.
Oh,
Jeez, thanks, Mom.
damn.
I was a black sheep, so they expected me to be insane. So, it all works out.
Chad says NA. Sirif says, not unless me not showing up at the family dinner ruins something. Badger says, I would sort of like to do this for my roleplay friends so they can play with me. Yandere says, I just don't care. Ox said no. Titan says, I've been told you're ruining Thanksgiving while sitting quietly. Harmonica Man says, nope,
weird.
I'm simply a delight. Ox says, if they could see me now is running through my head.
Where I'm from, people are extremely confrontational, so we rotate on who's going to ruin the holidays. Every year it's somebody else who calls out somebody else for something that, for some reason, we have a knack of bringing up things that happened 20 years ago and still being mad about it. You know, that's why I stay away from my family.
So, do you get to decide in advance who's going to be the problem this year?
Well, you can usually tell because everybody else is talking shit about that person. So you can usually tell who had a crummy year.
Yeah.
Because everybody's talking trash about him.
Who broke the rule this year?
Well, you know, Catholics are very tribalistic and they all, like in my family, I don't even think anyone likes each other. They just come around because that's what they do. They just.
No, you have to. You
I know.
aren't allowed to. I know. But like what you were saying about the Catholic tribalism, I was like, because damn it, this is a family thing. You will be there, and you will pretend you like it.
Yeah.
I stopped putting myself in positions of people that I'm going to get in a fist fight with years ago.
Well done.
Years ago.
Well, I usually have a good time, honestly, because I do love all of those people. They're great when they're not talking about politics or religion, and we try not to talk about those things, except for the Catholic grace is better. Like the prayer you say before the meal, it's just better. It's short. You can run through it. It's done. My siblings who are born again, now we've gotten into this thing where my brother does grace, and it's this weird like, thank you, Heavenly Father, for everything that you've given to us, and it goes on and on and on. And Jug Shop and I are usually standing in a corner going, how long is it going to go on with this? I want to eat. My mashed potatoes are getting cold.
I want to know that why my family of atheists still says grace.
Yeah. Tradition is a powerful thing.
It is.
Guilt trip from dead people, I think somebody called it.
Yeah. Titan says, my sister gets drunk and yells about politics, but apparently I'm at fault. I find it hilarious.
Oh gosh, I'm your sister. Titan.
Sounds like my family.
That's me.
Sounds like my family. You literally just described my sister.
Jeff. I mean, assuming not Thanksgiving. Who was another holiday?
No, I've never intentionally tried to ruin something like
Manda, wait. Manda, why are you trying to ruin Thanksgiving?
I'm not. No, have you tried it yet?
Of course not. It's insane.
It's not insane. Don't fucking knock it until you try it.
She wrote in the chat, everyone make sure to add a couple of squares of white chocolate to their mashed potato today. You will thank me.
Oh.
Okay.
I can see that,
Trust me, it is fucking good.
I think I actually have white chocolate
really,
in the house.
really
too.
It's not a bad idea. I think it's just missing something.
Like the Ghirardelli squares, and how many per potatoes?
A regular batch likes two little squares. If it's not a lot, it doesn't taste chocolatey. It just adds this little tiny bit of sweetness and flavor. It's very good. We've had this discussion before. Nobody has listened to me. Just fucking try it and shut the fuck up.
I think you have caramelized onions to
Hold on.
That sounds like a spectacular idea. Another one that people don't ever think of, or they think you're weird when you suggest cinnamon in a beef dish.
Mm-hmm.
Add cinnamon to your meatloaf sometime. Oy vey.
Yeah, I can see that.
So like a normal, like if you're making mashed potatoes for like 3 or 4 people, because that's what we used to make for me and Angel and my ex. We put 2 of those like squares. I mean, it's not like regular chocolate where it's unsweetened. I mean, it's actual sweetened, but it's just squares of white baking chocolate. It's very, very good. Just fucking try it.
I'm just going to say, Amanda, I'm not going to knock it. I haven't tried it, but I just think there's a little something that could be added to it just to give it a little bit more flavour.
Wait. There we go. That's better.
and I like a little coarseness, a little chunkiness in my mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
It tells me that
you add either bacon bits or you add caramelized onions.
Not onions. Bacon bits, yes. Onions, no. Onions are terrible.
So what do you do if you put too much milk in your mashed potatoes?
That's good.
How do you dry it up?
Mr. Shadow Kitty says fresh ginger to mashed potatoes.
I'm taking notes. I'm going to be cooking later. I am taking notes right now.
If you over liquid your mashed potatoes, you can put in oatmeal.
Oh.
It's virtually indistinguishable from like potato skins if you leave the skins on when you mash potatoes. So it's virtually indistinguishable that way, visually and taste-wise. It's very neutral, and it absorbs huge amounts of liquid.
Right, not that this is the question, but the chat is talking about it. Sheriff says I add honey to mashed potatoes. Badger says everyone should add a block of red Leicester to their mash.
Red what?
Red Leicester.
Cheese.
Sorry. Don't know what that is. What is
Just
it?
cheese. It's a
It's cheese. Oh,
Quite
okay.
a dark yellowy colour. That's what I can recall. Back to the question. Ricardo says,
cheese hates me.
as a Portuguese, do they call them a Portuguese? That doesn't sound right. As a Portuguese, I have never celebrated Thanksgiving, but I also don't really know what a family gathering is without a massive discussion. This is how we show family love in Portugal.
We in our family, if we're going to do that, for bacon, we don't put the bacon, and we just put a teaspoon or so of bacon fat.
Manda, do you try and ruin Thanksgiving intentionally?
No, I don't give a fuck about it enough to ruin it.
Apparently it's red.
I'm going to do my answer. I can't imagine anybody actually wanting to intentionally ruin a holiday for somebody else. Whatever holiday it is, or whoever it is they're ruining it for. Why would you want to do something so awful?
I think what happens though
is that they're forced to go. Is the issue.
Or like I come from a long line of sensitive people, so like if I walk in wearing a certain vest, they'll try to pick a fight from what I'm wearing or something, you know. So if someone's sensitive, no matter what, they're gonna try to mess with you. So
I've been excluded from family holidays for being an atheist. So.
Oh wow!
Oh, I'm excluded all the time. You don't want that pervert over here.
My family is generally shocked, and they honestly are. They still are kind of dumb. They're in denial. They're just like they say stupid things. Every time I say I'm an atheist, they just start chatting in circles.
Well, back when I was neo-pagan, I came out to my parents twice about that, and my mom just conveniently forgot. And my dad said, "It's fine. When you're ready, the Lord will lead you back. You're fine." All right.
When people get that question to me, are you an atheist or something like that? I don't say yes, I'm an atheist. I always say, well, no, I would never waste my time believing in ghosts and goblins. Do you? and it immediately puts them on the defensive that they were trying to put you into.
In
well said. Well done.
In the past couple of years, more people have talked trash to me about my upside down crosses than when I was like a full punk in high school, you know, with a fro hawk and wearing a belt and nails, and you know, like more.
We still would have made out in high school. Oh my god!
To add to that, it's my brother and his cunt of a wife that she's specifically doesn't when their kids were younger didn't want my influence around, but they would try to have my son come to Thanksgiving without me. So
I would
no, I would not go along with that.
Oh fuck no, of course not.
Good, I'm glad you did. I did go through something like that when one of my siblings and their spouse, I'm being very cagey here, became born again. I didn't see my nieces or nephews for 2 years because I was the pagan bad influence, and they didn't want that around their kids because they had to indoctrinate them with the Jesus.
I think my son is the first person in my family to not be baptized.
Oh wow!
Yeah, probably out of like 60 people I can think of, my son's probably the only one who's not baptized.
I have family members.
Baptized my son just for my mother, for her sake, but she brings that up because my son is an atheist too. His decision, not mine. But she brings that up and trying to tell me that, well, clearly you believe in God. You had your son baptized. I'm like, no, I did that for you.
This is why it's a problem that in God we trust is on fucking everything in America.
Exactly. My mom baptized me because I was born during a very, very bad blizzard, and they literally could not physically get to church. And my grandfather was really paranoid. He was born in 1911. This is why, but he was really paranoid I was going to die and end up in limbo. So he was like, "You need
limbo."
Yeah. Or purgatory. I think it's limbo, but or what? It's not anymore. It's not anymore. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The fuck that. So anyway, the point was, my mom was like, "Dad, I already took care of it. She's fine." Because it's a weird little kind of thing in Catholicism. If you can't get to a priest, a layperson can perform a sacrament. Not all of them, but baptism is one of them.
God, Catholics are so weird. I was
I
raised
know!
Roman Catholic. Catholics are so weird.
I know, it's nuts, right? Like I look back at all this stuff, and it's like, wow, that's insane. My grandfather's biggest worry for me was that I might die before they sprinkled some water on my head. I'm like, what? I'd be more worried about the kid dying.
Exactly.
Ox said, most of my family is dead and gone, or don't even know I'm alive, but I'm good with that. I like not having all this family bullshit to deal with.
Oh, you'll live longer. Less stress.
Right, anyone else?
You?
Anything to say? Me? No, not really. I've gone in boisterous into family gatherings. Probably. I don't think I'm naive enough to think it wouldn't cause trouble. but I've not cared. It's not the issue.
Yeah, I don't have a massive amount of family left. So we've never really done a lot of massive family gathering type things anyway. So, you know, it's never been a massive issue.
Ours are claustrophobic. Like too many people in too small space.
Yeah, I have a huge family.
Right, penultimate question. Question 1,370.
Penultimate. We're going long today, aren't we?
I needed to get through some of the questions. Question 1,317. Most folks have vanilla things such as skydiving on their bucket list. What is the strangest thing on your bucket list?
Wow.
Amanda.
Oh.
I don't really have a bucket list, so I don't know. Get John drunk and make him dance.
Please stream. Jeff.
Get Amanda to eat Marmite.
Okay.
No. Joking aside. No, most of my things are pretty vanilla. Like, you know, there's traveling. There's an awful lot of places I want to see. Still, I'm kind of pissed off this year because I was supposed to go to China, and you know, hey ho. You know, but I think the biggest bucket list thing I ever had, I crossed off 2 years ago, which was Machu Picchu.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, the Inca Trail. So
3 months, and you could have been patient zero.
Yeah.
Julie.
You know.
I have always, and I probably will never actually get around to doing this, but I wanted to learn Old English so I could read Beowulf in the original instead of a translation. I can read Middle English, but I can't read Old English. So.
Julie, we bid full aid.
Oh, that's pretty. It sounds like it's words.
It sounds like it's words.
That's old English.
Thank you.
Fate means fate is everything.
Oh, nice. Also, God, intense. That's an intense phrase to know.
Titan Uranus says the last one might actually happen is skydiving. Chad says, I've already done a lot of weird shit. I kind of want to go to Antarctica. Badger says, go for a shit without complications. How old are you? Brainbug says, and I'm not going to be able to say this, to own a Scolopendra hard wiki. What the hell is that?
Brainbug so much.
I'm hating him right now.
He's so great.
Ox says, I want to leave a cow patty on the White House lawn and have Trump slip face first into it. Other than that, taking over the world is next on my bucket list. Jess says, to get my family out of this fucking country. And Kissy says, I fulfilled my bucket list years ago, including skydiving. I would like to see the world and meet internet friends. Sewing.
You know what? I'm a pretty. I live for today, so I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain of anything that I haven't done that I want to do. I'm one of those people. If I want to do something, I go out and do it. So I don't know. I purposely live to not have a bucket list. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a really hard question for me because like I told you, on the weekends when my son gets picked up, I go to Vegas and have fun and make sure someone's shaking their butt in front of my face and I'm having a good old time. So I always live for today. So I don't know.
Oh, I have a couple of friends in Vegas who would love you.
And you know, I wanted to say this. I used to talk trash about jumping out of a plane until I did. My heart is still up there. It is exhilarating. It's one of those things like it's fun. If you've never done it, it's fun. It is vanilla, but it's fun.
No, thank you. Just no, thank you.
Putting your life into your own hands is not vanilla, and that's what you're doing every time you skydive. I don't care how many instructors or second shoots you have. You're putting your life in your hands. You might not walk away.
Because every time someone dies from it, I'm like, oh, that could have been me. And there's an airfield way in the desert by my house. Well, not by my house, but it's like a good 30, 40. What's that?
I won't even do bungee jumping because I'm afraid of messing up my spine more than it already is. Like no.
Waivers are scary. Sorry.
I have a friend who was a paratrooper, who actually doesn't really like flying and would much rather jump out of a plane than be in a plane when it lands. So.
Kitty says I broke my foot on my third jump.
What?
And Ox says, Kitty said I broke my foot on my third jump, and Ox says pissing on an electric fence is exhilarating, but at least you won't splat on the ground.
We shall never pass this way again.
Jenny.
I've actually accomplished a number of my bucket list things.
What haven't you?
Well, when I had a kid, when I was a kid, I had this bucket list thing, and then Jenny was born. And as an adult, I have exceeded 150 miles an hour. That was on my bucket list. Something that's on my bucket list, I don't know if I'll ever accomplish. If I had enough money, I know I could. But as a poor person, I want to actually sit in the back seat of any Thunderbird or Blue Angel. I can't quit yet. Or in the SR-71. Or go hang out at the space station for a week.
That would be cool.
We have air shows all the time. There's an SR-71 at Edwards Air Force Base.
Sneaky in the back.
Actually, that's a thing because it's still going. I should probably add this. I think you need about $2,000 to do this.
The MiG-29 to 80,000 feet. That's about 3,500, 4,000.
No. But it is a flying thing. The Spitfire.
Oh, that could be
like
interesting.
Fun.
Yeah,
that could be. I think that would be awesome.
Are you allowed
I'm going on the Vomit Comet. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah,
I kind of have wanted to do that too. But I would totally. Yeah, it would not be good though because I get motion sickness anyway.
Sirius says I don't have a bucket list. Aunt Jer says I want to learn how to fly a helicopter. That'd be quite cool. I have comics to buy list, not a bucket list, says the Grey Man.
Yeah.
Deborah again says that on my fuck it list. I see. I've just added figuring out the lag on this stream is on my bucket list. That or the fuck it list. Nikki says I want to exceed 200 miles an hour driving myself on land.
Fuck it gets me in trouble. Every time I've ever said that, I've gotten in trouble. Every time.
There's not a lot of
difference at Thorny Islands or something.
Nikki, there's not a lot of difference between 150 and 200. My top speed has actually been 183. But once you get over 150, everything is happening so goddamn fast. Your brain can't perceive much faster than that. It just can't.
See, I've never.
Even when you get into the zone.
I'm fine with staying at 55. I'm good.
130 is the most I've done, but it was on a motorcycle.
Oh
in
God,
control?
no.
Of course I was controlling it.
Can I see how big your balls are?
Around here, we call that being put on probation if you got caught going that fast.
Yeah.
Especially on a motorcycle. Especially on a motorcycle.
That's incredible. That took a lot of skill, and I'm impressed with both of you. Both of y'all's driving skills.
I thought we called those people organ donors.
It was a lot of fucking stupidity that I was lucky to get away with, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I crashed on a motorcycle and it scared me straight. At least in that sense, in that one sense of stop going 138 miles an hour.
I've worked safety crew. I've worked safety crew at motorcycle races, both amateur and professional.
Oh wow!
I had to quit doing that after about a dozen events. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Oh, that's
how badly
unreal.
mangled people got.
Oh yeah.
Dave, well, to give you, because you're roughly familiar with the geography of the county of Hampshire, I believe.
Yeah.
Roughly. Let's just say that I got from just outside Alton to Hedge End in a little under 20 minutes. To give you an idea of how much of a prick I was riding like.
One thing I will give you Brits just huge amounts of credit for is the fact that you even have the Isle of Man race, much less participate in it.
Oh Jesus! You couldn't pay me. You could not pay me to participate in that race, the TT race.
For people in the chat who may not be familiar, the Isle of Man is an island off of the coast of Britain, and they have this motorcycle race that pretty much covers the entire island. And the professionals, you visualize yourself going through a small town on a fairly rotten road at 200 plus miles an hour, 5 to 6 inches away from a stone wall.
Man,
let's put it this
with audiences right up at the edge of the road watching. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know. I do not know this.
Just why?
I do not know this for certain. I don't know that this is absolutely for certain, but I think it's got, of all the sporting events in the world, it may have the highest fatality rate.
Oh, easily.
I mean, on average, at least one person dies there every year in TT.
I'm impressed with Europe overall, and the amount of balls that you guys got to deal with.
Well, I think racing. We say let's have a car race, and you guys make an oval.
We have NASCAR and road racing and drag racing here, and it's all this structured stuff behind concrete and fences, and you got just as much chance as a fan watching to die as the guy driving.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but Jenny, that's happened to the Isle of Man TT on the Centennial. Things. A friend of mine went there on the Centennial for the the 100-year anniversary in 2007. Okay, so and there'd been the whole week of the TT races, there hadn't been any incidents. No one got injured, and literally the last bike on the last race, something happened, and what happened was a fan, thinking all the bikes had gone through, went out onto the track a little bit early.
Yeah.
A marshal realizing what happened, come running out to try and grab him off the road, and just at that moment the rider came round the corner. Rider, the marshal, the fan, all three of them killed.
Oh, damn.
That's crap.
That's awesome.
Right. Let's get to the last question, because we're gonna go on forever.
Get me in private, and I'll tell you the story about the guy who ground his hand down to nothing.
Oh no, that's okay.
Oh, yay!
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Yay.
We'll take your word for it.
Jace, last question. Last question. Question 1318. Would you rather have the superpower to win every argument, or the superpower to diffuse any tense situation?
The second one.
Well, I already win every argument anyway.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'm right, Norm, a lot of the time when I'm having an argument, but convincing the other person of my right of the fact that I'm talking about facts and they're correct is difficult. That's America. So yeah, I'd rather just be able to diffuse tense situations. That'd be great.
But if
I could go to every protest and no one would get arrested.
If you had the ability to win every argument, wouldn't there be a lack of strife?
Exactly.
Well, but then again, what if I'm wrong about something? And I win an argument and it changes something important and I'm wrong? That
you can
would
win
suck.
the you can win the argument without being right. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hence why you have conservative governments.
Yes. And I've been wrong a lot, so I was 40 before I figured out the God question. So like, don't. Yeah.
Ox says diffuse. Seraph says diffuse. Bad Tempered Badger says, I already have the first because I don't give a shit. The second could come in pretty handy for Battenberg reasons. Ox says, shit, I'll argue what direction the sun comes up if I'm stoned enough. Shadow Kitty says, I would rather be the voice of reason than a know-it-all smarty pants. Ant Jer says, diffuse. Chad says, I'm kind of boss at both of those. I guess I would take the tense situations. Manda.
Well, like I said, I'm usually right anyway, so I don't need the first. But I really dislike
No, you're not.
conflict.
I don't mind conflict as much as I hate yelling.
I don't like it. Just I get uncomfortable in situations when people are, upset with each other or fighting or whatever. I don't like being around it, so that would be helpful.
Ricardo points out, these two are not mutually exclusive. I diffuse all situations with winning every argument by being right. Trust me, you don't.
You stole my answer.
You can win the arguments. That doesn't make everyone happy. That doesn't necessarily diffuse the situation.
Doesn't make you right either.
Well, just let me think that I'm right, and the world will be a better place.
I'm not certain what it would feel like to be wrong. I live by I always say, like, just make a damn decision. This is I live by this. So right or wrong, I'm one of those people. I don't like standing around, and I don't live by committee. So I'm assertive. I'll just make a decision. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll take the hit. But I'd probably want the superpower to diffuse. Because I have what I call the Marty McFly syndrome. The second someone calls me yellow, I'm like, what? What did you say? So I wish I could walk. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could walk away.
Yeah.
I would say I thought you were going to say that you wanted the diffuse ability so that when you win the argument, but you turn out to be wrong and everything gets fucked up, you're able to keep them from killing you.
Oh no, I just get real sweet. I just get real sweet.
Jenny.
Diffuse. I would have to go with diffuse based on the parameters we have established.
Fair enough. Just to not annoy Amanda, I will go with diffuse too. Right. On that note.
I haven't answered this.
What do you mean you have? You surely did.
No, I didn't. You didn't fucking ask me. I weighed in on the opinion on things. However, I didn't actually answer the question. Yeah. See, so I've got superpower 1. I just won the fucking argument now. No, I would not like the ability to win every argument because it doesn't necessarily mean I would be right.
Nope.
Or and just. And so sometimes, like, you can lose an argument, and you may be the one in the right. As a good example, like Marmite is objectively the nectar of the gods, but I've lost this argument.
Of course, you've lost this argument because it's horrible.
Yeah, even though I'm objectively right.
As an American, I've actually smelled that nasty stuff.
But you haven't tasted it then.
I couldn't get there because it was that gross, and I'm the gross guy that'll try anything.
The problem is when you open a jar of Marmite, you look inside it, and it appears to be a form of human waste.
No, it doesn't. You open a jar, the entire room stinks.
Oh, it's worse than pig feet.
It's nasty.
Pig feet.
Well, see, then that's a second parameter of human waste.
I was going to say a similar proproperty, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marmite.
Jeff, you're going through.
Serious thing is, I probably would sooner diffuse a lot because I see so many blooming situations, especially within this blooming community, that I'd like to have the ability to get in there and fucking diffuse. because I see so much shit get out of hand that does not need to get out of hand.
You know, that would mean you'd probably have to accept some flat earthers' arguments. To be able to defeat
Oh
the
no,
situation.
I'm not going that fucking far. I said within
I don't have to.
I mean within our own fucking. I mean with some of the schisms and fucking arguments, ridiculous arguments that go on within our own community.
Okay, I have a cure for that. 55-gallon vats of wine and food.
And bringing it back.
In togas.
So,
we don't even need the
either that or
you do it next year. You know, we'll all just wear togas. You know, it'll be great.
Either I have that superpower, or we just do what Badger's suggestion would be and bring back dueling.
No.
That's that would not go well here. I mean, it would. Yeah, a lot of people would be dead, is what I mean by it not going well here.
Well, generally, let's be honest though. In this community, it's more like handbags at 20 paces.
Right. Jess says diffuse. Harmonica Man says I pick diffuse any situation. Nerdy says Disney is canon. Badger says ah. Sammy Jenkins says Vegemite is better and diffuse. Never Again says I already have the superpower to turn around and walk away and not add to an argument. What?
Because of Sammy Jenkins, I will forever call Vegemite Vagemite.
Yes.
Forever.
So the thing is, I'm not even going to argue against
Vegemite ever again after this.
I'm not going to argue against Vegemite. That's the thing.
That's gross too.
Badger screams yes, dueling. Right, we're going. Does anyone have anything to shill?
Got Blind and Raisin Tuesdays at 2 p.m.
Mikey Famine is having an all-day Thanksgiving stream.
Oh, cool.
For people who are home alone and lonely and that kind of stuff. I wish I had a link for it.
Yeah, I don't either, unfortunately.
Is that...
It's on a channel called The Bin.
The Bin Podcast.
Yes, the
Bin Podcast, that's it. I subscribed to
Let
it
me
yesterday,
find it.
but I couldn't find the link. I looked for it.
He hasn't started it yet by the look of it, but
he said it was going to go noon to midnight.
Who's noon?
Okay.
Yeah,
his noon Central Time.
Hold on.
Yeah, so that would be if it's noon Central Time, it'll be 1 Eastern Standard. Is that right, Amanda?
Yep.
Yeah. And for y'all, I have no idea. Like
I've put
8 in the evening or something, 6 in the evening.
Well,
I don't know.
Jeff and
Yours
Dave,
is
when
8
you get up
I don't know
tomorrow morning,
Pacific time either.
You can still catch it.
I've put the link to the bin channel in the chat. So
I wrote them all down at one point, but I don't know.
Anything to shill, Jeff?
not really. I might just do like maybe hangout stream some weekend, maybe Saturday, depending on how I feel. So I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break from the Asterisk stuff for a couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm kind of looking maybe to start doing some other things on my channel again as well. So, because
excellent.
Yeah.
Amanda?
Julie.
Hi. Oh, we have a book club thing on Sunday.
Aaron Lewis and I have a book club. Our first episode is Sunday at 6:30 Eastern with Julie and Jump Shop and Neil the 604 Atheist and
Yes.
Math Big this time.
And
What's your book this
what
week?
dodgy book is it you're reading?
it is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which I found the day the replacement copy arrived in the mail because that's how life works.
We're doing all, we're doing positive and fun books, nothing sad or depressing or anything like that.
And I wish I could find it, but I know I wrote at least one paper on this in grad school, and it would be fun. It would be fun for me to go back and read it and see how naive I was at 22, but also, it's a great book. It's a great read. It's a fun read. You should check it out.
And then on Saturday night, we're doing something on Math Pig's channel for his anniversary.
2 years that he's been running the pigsty.
Woo!
Something fun. We don't know yet. Maybe Among Us or something.
I've got secular D&D on Saturday.
Ring.
2:30
probably be like
Central.
5 or something.
Good,
After
yeah.
5. It'll be after
We should be long finished by then.
Yeah.
Sewing,
Awesome.
where would you be causing trouble?
I am trouble, so I'll pick up the bad signal and I'll show my ass as usual.
Right. On that note, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Godless Sewing. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Julie.
Always.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. You have been fun. I'm glad you decided to spend some very early Thanksgiving here. I may have to cancel tomorrow's yet. I don't know. I have a dentist appointment an hour before, so I'm either going to be normal and totally fine, or I don't think I want me to read questions like this.
Fair.
Oh, Dave, you've got to read questions like that. Read questions like
We
that.
need you under the influence of lidocaine.
So we'll see. Davey Dick says, well, we shall see. I don't think I'm going to have an injection, which is why I'm not just cancelling it now. But you never know. Right.
You're having a filling done. The chances
They
are
might
you
find
will, but
something.
you will.
Yeah.
No. I've had a broken tooth. I'm going in because I have a broken tooth. It broke yesterday.
Oh, you're getting an injection.
But the point is,
you know
well,
it.
I don't reckon it's a tooth that's been root canaled. So,
Yeah, but they're probably going to have to put a crown on.
but I don't.
right?
They're refusing to drill right now. I think
I'm
they're just
sorry.
I just think they're going to
You
jam a temporary in.
Julie, you won't necessarily get a injection for a root canal.
Oh yeah,
You get an
that's
injection
fair.
for a
I
root-
wouldn't know. I
for a
haven't had
for a
to have
crack.
one yet. So
I've had root fillings on one of my front teeth here because I got it knocked out at school.
Isn't it a
in a
rolling
hockey game.
conversation? Thanks,
I was
Dave.
thinking that. Right. We'll see you
I'm
tomorrow.
sorry. It's my
hopefully.
fault. It's my
That's okay.
fault. I'm sorry.
We'll see you
I
tomorrow.
need to take nitrous just to have my teeth clean.
Good night. Bye, everyone. Oh, and
Disney is canon.
Intjan says, on Saturday, Junk Shop is reading XXX Song of Solomon for patrons.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So go over to patreon.com/junkshoplibrary if you want to catch that.
Bye, everyone.